again. Today we're going to talk about how a hen makes an egg. One of the most important things for a hen to be able to lay an egg regularly and eggs that are of good quality is for them to start off with good feed. Chickens don't have any teeth, so they have to eat small pieces of food. They swallow their food whole. They need fresh, clean water at all times. Their food is mostly made of grains such as wheat and barley. Chickens go outside and they scratch the ground with their claws. They look for worms, insects, and small seeds to eat. Sometimes they eat grass. Chicken farmers give them pieces of broken seashells called grit or oyster shell. It helps the chickens with their digestive system. This is grit. If it were oyster shell, it would look white. Grit helps the hens lay eggs with very strong shells. Hens need a good quality food just as their regular feed for the day. This is called egg 16. That means it contains 16% protein. This is called a flock block. The flock block is good for hens. They can just pick at it as they want. This block will last my hens about 1 week. Hens are easy to train to do tricks. They really like a treat when they are learning to do a trick. This is a high-protein snack. And their favorite treat are mealworms. These mealworms are not alive, but you can get a hen to do almost anything with mealworms. I've included a QR scan that talks about how a hen makes an egg. Some of the information is a little advanced, but lots of it will be interesting to you. I have actually had hens that have laid all the different types of eggs except the triple yolk egg and the egg inside of an egg. Wouldn't that be cool to see an egg inside of an egg? Something new that I learned from this is that it is possible for a double yolk egg to hatch. I think I'm going to have to give that a try someday. By day 18, the embryo has developed into a chick and will take up most of the space in the egg. The chick is preparing to hatch. We need to do a few things to help our chick prepare. We're going to stop turning the eggs today on day 18, and we're going to increase the humidity to 70% or near 70% with a constant temperature still of 100 degrees. There's a special tray in the bottom of the incubator that we'll pull out, and this is where the eggs will be now until they hatch. They will not be turned at all during this time. If all of these eggs hatched, but they will not. We'll hope for at least 50 or 60% of the eggs hatching. We'll slide our tray back in. We're going to leave our duck eggs on the tray because it takes duck eggs longer than chicken eggs to hatch. And now we'll let them go until the 21st day. Since we're discussing eggs today, I found an experiment that I thought you would enjoy. It's called How to Make a Naked Egg. For this experiment, you will need vinegar. You can use the darker vinegar, but white vinegar works best. You'll need a jar and an egg. Carefully place your egg inside the jar. Then add vinegar so that it covers the top of the egg. And let set. In just a few minutes, we're going to look at the egg again to see if anything is happening. As you can see, there's a bubble formation on the outer layer of the egg. This is due to the release of carbon dioxide. Imagine the fizzy sound when opening any aerated juice. This is similar to the chemical reaction that is happening in the jar. And now the hard part. You're going to have to wait a while. It can take 12 to 24 hours before a good portion of the shell is removed. A good sign of progress is a white frothy scum layer on top of the surface of the vinegar. After a day of soaking, you can carefully remove the egg from the vinegar. I would suggest pouring the liquid into another cup and catching the egg in your hand. Use a spoon to fish out the egg if you want, but I've seen some eggs break or get damaged when using a spoon to remove them. At this point, you will probably be able to rub the shell off the egg with your fingers. It will rub off as a white powdery substance. Give it a try, just be very careful. You don't want to break the egg. It's getting more fragile as the shell is slowly dissolving. Depending on your particular egg, you may already have a naked egg. However, I would suggest you fill the cup with fresh vinegar and soak the egg for at least one more day. After 2 days of soaking, you should have a pretty cool naked egg. Notice that the egg is bigger than it was when you first started. This is because some of the vinegar and some of the water in the vinegar has moved through the membranes and into the inside of the egg. The membranes are semi-permeable, which allows the water to move through them. This is called osmosis. Here's an example of how much bigger your egg might get. A lot of you were really looking forward to playing our hen game. We'll see if Gertie has had enough good food to lay a good strong egg. Here we go. I guess she did.